Okay, my name is Sarah Martin, and I'm a member of WHAM, Women Against Military Madness. Woo, that's right. And we've been around since 1982. That's a long time. And we came out of the anti-nuclear movement in the early 80s and the wars on Central America, and we've opposed every U.S. war, intervention, whatever since, so we've been busy. One of the things we do is every Friday, we've done this for over 25 years, we go to a busy intersection near McAllister College, and we banner for Palestine, for a free Palestine. Now, liberation of Palestine, right? Next phase. After October 7th, of course, our numbers have grown to, we were about 9 or 10, but after October 7th, we've grown to anywhere between 60 and 200 people. Yesterday, how many of you in this room were able to get there yesterday? Woo! All right, so you know what it's all about. And you heard the honks of the cars. We used to mostly get fingers, but now we get honks, so. We are very proud to be a part of this amazing movement in the city, which you heard from at last night's panel. We are also proud to be a longtime member of UNAC. And today, I get to be the lucky one, and I'm very honored and excited to introduce our speaker, Manar Adley, an award-winning journalist and the founder and director of Mint Press News, an independent watchdog outlet that covers the permanent war state and those who profit off it. Not MSNBC, right? Manar was raised and born in this country, but in her early preteens and teen years, she and her family lived for 4.5 years in Palestine. During that time, the second intifada began. She says that's actually where Mint Press actually began or was born. In her teenage years, she experienced and saw the brutality of the Israeli occupation and apartheid regime. Bombs being dropped on civilian homes, having the water cut off, curfews, classmates being blocked from going to school. Sounds way too familiar still. When she moved back to the US, she turned to the media to keep up on what was happening in Palestine and quickly realized that what was being reported was false, distorted, and turned the narrative on its head. As a result, we have this important global news source which she has fearlessly and courageously developed. She has assembled an amazing group of journalists who provide up-to-date reports and analysis. She never backs away from confronting false narratives and persevered through the attacks on her journalism about Syria. Let's hear it for that. Yes. She also produces and is co-host of the Mintcast podcast, it's called Mintcast Podcast, and of the video series Behind the Headlines. She was the first American woman to wear hijab to anchor or report the news in American media in 2009. Manar is the recipient of the Women's Institute for Freedom of the Press Award and the Serena Shim Award for Independent Journalists. We are fortunate to have her here in the Twin Cities to not only because of this wonderful global resource, but also to cover our movement. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Manar. We're going to give it up for Manar.